But listen, Miss Pugh, don't speak over me. Miss Pugh, just because you say respectfully does not mean that you get to interrupt me. That's disrespectful, right? Hang on. Listen, Miss Pugh, stop talking over me. If you want to stop talking over me.
Where is the verified claim that is being placed against my trust?
You can go back with the bailiff. Go back with the bailiff. Get your own attorney or represent yourself if you don't like it.
Clip 1, all right, here we go. Today's courtroom chaos features a no-nonsense judge facing off with yet another self-proclaimed sovereign citizen, and yep, it's as ridiculous as you'd expect. This girl strolls in with a crumpled piece of paper, reading off that same tired script we've all seen 1,000 times. You know the one. I do not consent. I am a flesh and blood entity, and whatever other nonsense they Google 5 minutes before court. She really thought she was about to drop some legal facts and walk out scot-free. Spoiler alert. That did not happen. Honestly, I'm amazed she could even read that paper with the confidence she had, like she was reciting some ancient spell that was going to make the judge disappear. Instead, the judge hits her with reality hard and fast. No patience, no tolerance, just the law. Let me know what you guys think of this one in the comments. Is she just clueless or way too deep in the conspiracy sauce? Either way, let's break it down and watch the whole mess unfold.
Good morning. Are you Janetta Pugh?
I am the beneficiary of the estate.
You're the what?
I'm the beneficiary of the estate.
You're the beneficiary of what estate? Answer my questions, please, ma'am. I'm just trying to understand.
Beneficiary of the estate.
Okay.
For the record, I recognize this because she's been here before.
I do as well, for the record.
And I looked into Mr. Christopher Wiley. I can't find that person as a practicing lawyer in the state bar page, and I have not been contacted by anybody on Ms. Pugh's behalf.
All right, so Ms. Pugh, Mr. Lewis has been appointed to represent you at this point. Obviously, you know as well as anyone that you're in custody and we want to get your case taken care of. If you've hired or your family has hired another lawyer, then they have to contact the court so that we can do something with your case. And do you know if they've hired someone?
Respectfully, Your Honor, I do not agree with your appointed foreign agents, considering that the first duty is to the state and will be considered conflict of interest.
Okay, so if you don't want, the only thing I can do, I'm appointing an attorney to you to help you, right? So if you don't want a court-appointed attorney, then your only option, two things. One is to represent yourself or to hire a lawyer. So if you don't like the way it works, then you do something different. So are you, listen to what I'm saying. Are you either going to represent yourself, or are you going to let Mr. Lewis represent you, or are you going to hire someone?
Objection, Your Honor. Respectfully, is this a court of record?
It is a court of record. So your objection's overruled.
Respectfully, Your Honor, where is the verified claim that is being placed against my trust?
It's right here. It's called an indictment. And Mr. Lewis has a copy of it, and he can show it to you. So that would be the verified claim against you.
Your Honor, respectfully, Your Honor, there were writs that was filed to the case that still haven't been received.
I've received your petition for writ of habeas corpus, and it's denied.
Respectfully, Your Honor, I demand to be released due to lack of evidence of stated claims and not being given the proper opportunity to obtain proper counsel with defective recruits.
It's overruled. You're running out, aren't you?
It's fine.
So this just keeps getting better, or worse, depending on how much secondhand embarrassment you can handle. This girl is standing in front of a judge, reading off her little sovereign citizen script like she's about to win America's Got Delusional Talent, and the judge? Just chillin'. Not angry, not flustered, just sitting there like, are you done yet? You can almost see the, this ain't my first rodeo energy radiating off her. It's honestly wild how these sovereign citizens always think they've cracked some legal code, like saying "I do not consent" is gonna Thanos snap the case away. It's not just wrong, it's spectacularly wrong. And yet, here we are, watching this girl confidently dig herself deeper with every word. What really gets me is that she actually seems polite. She says, "Your Honor." She's not shouting. She's not aggressive. She just looks lost. Like someone handed her a YouTube video and said, "This will get you out of anything." And she believed it. You kind of want to shake her and go, "Girl, no. Just no." Anyway, let me know what y'all think. Do you feel bad for her? Or is this just the consequence of believing every conspiracy rabbit hole you stumble into? Either way, let's get back to it, because this sovereign saga definitely isn't over.
So here's the thing, Miss Pugh. I appreciate your position, but listen, Miss Pugh, don't speak over me. Miss Pugh, just because you say respectfully does not mean that you get to interrupt me. That's disrespectful, right? Hang on, listen to me. Everything you have there is overruled, and here's one of the reasons why, is because you have a lawyer, and your lawyer will file the appropriate motion. You're interrupting me again, which is disrespectful. So I'm going to leave Mr. Lewis as your attorney unless you choose to represent yourself or hire someone else. I'm going to give you 2 weeks to determine what you're going to do. You can go back. You can go back with the bailiff. Go back. You already said that, and that's overruled. Go back with the bailiff. Get your own attorney or represent yourself if you don't like it.
Yeah, that was peak cringe. But buckle up, because it gets even better. This sovereign citizen doesn't just fade away after that train wreck of a hearing. Nope, she actually comes back for round 2 like it's a sequel nobody asked for. And shout out to the judge, because honestly, she deserves a medal for not losing her mind. Dealing with a sovereign citizen is like arguing with a magic 8-ball, except the 8-ball thinks it graduated from law school. The judge is giving a masterclass in patience. She's snappy when she needs to be, but still composed, professional, and honestly kind of impressive. Like, imagine trying to explain basic jurisdiction to someone who thinks laws only apply if they agree with them. That's the energy we're working with here. But hey, credit where it's due. The judge is doing a solid job keeping things from totally spiraling. What do you think? Is the judge playing it perfectly or being too lenient? Either way, let's get into the next hearing, because if the first one was a mess, this one might be a full-blown circus. Let's dive in.
Perfect. So, Miss Pugh, Mr. Jeffries has been appointed to represent you. He's just been given, he's trying to get caught up real quickly on all the information and the discovery in your case. I'm going to reset your case so that he can get all of that. Once he gets it, he'll be out there to go over it with you, and we'll see if we can get an announcement at the next court date.
Thank you, Your Honor. I do not agree to because any of the appointed foreign agents, considering that the first duty is to the state.
I understand. We've had this conversation before.
And for the record, I'll be representing myself.
So if you want to represent yourself, there's some things. Ms. Pugh, stop talking over me. If you want to stop talking over me. If you want to represent yourself, then there is a process that we have to go through, and we'll do that today. If that's what you want to do, we'll get your case set for trial, and we'll go forward that way. It is highly inadvisable for you to represent yourself. Lawyers have many, many years of training. They understand the law. They understand how a trial works, because here's what happens. When you're in a trial and you represent yourself, you're expected to know and follow all of the rules of evidence, all the rules of procedure. And so you're really at a disadvantage if you don't know those things. And so you have to do everything just like the assistant district attorney would. And if you don't, you're going to be in front of a jury, and it's going to show, and it's just not going to be, it usually does not work out in your benefit. But I have to go through with you some questions first before we do that. And then if you still want to do that, then there's a couple of things couple of options, and we'll go over those as well, okay? So I am supposed to ask you, I'm going to go through these questions. I need you to answer them if you want to represent yourself, because this is required, all right? So have you ever studied the law? Okay. Have you ever represented yourself before in any kind of criminal matter? Okay. Do you understand the charges against you?
I'm really accused of it.
Okay. And so do you know, and we've gone over before, I think, what the range of punishment is if you're found guilty on a jury? Do you know what that is? Let's see. Hold on a second. Let me pull you up here. We'll go over that again as well. The date of that allegations from June 22nd of 2021. And what that means is if you're found guilty, that the range of punishment that the jury could give you is between 2 years as a minimum punishment up to 10 years in prison, anywhere in between. Do you understand? And you answer out loud just for the record.
I don't understand. I don't understand.
What do you not understand about that?
Clip 4, man. I felt that. It's like once you've seen enough of these sovereign citizen clips, you start predicting their lines like it's a bad rerun. I do not consent. I am a free person. This court has no jurisdiction. Like, bro, we get it. You watched one YouTube video and now think you're a legal wizard. And yeah, I totally agree. Breaking these cases down every day genuinely feels like it's shaving off brain cells. There's the bizarre comedy of it all, sure. But behind the laughs is a real problem. These people are clogging up court dockets, wasting taxpayer money, and pulling resources away from people who actually need the legal system to work properly. Also, I noticed that too. Where's the sacred sovereign citizen scroll she had last time? Maybe jail humbled her just enough to memorize the script instead of bringing props this time. Growth? Maybe not. But if she's really about to represent herself in a serious case, yeah, 8 to 10 years is sounding more realistic by the second. Let's jump back in and see if she actually tries to pull off a DIY defense, because this could get real messy.
By law, you have to be able to understand these things. Otherwise, I've got to appoint an attorney for you. So you can't just say, I want to represent myself because I don't like the attorney or I don't like the process. This is the process that you're in. You live in Texas, you live in the United States. This is the law that applies to your case. So what do you not understand about the range of punishment if you're found guilty? And I'd be glad to explain it.
I don't understand because I didn't do anything.
That's what a jury's for, right? And so if you say you're not guilty, then you go in front of a jury and they determine, after they listen to the evidence, if you're guilty or not. That doesn't have anything to do with if they find you guilty, you understanding that they could send you to prison for between 2 years and up to 10 years. Do you understand that part? What are you, yes or no? No, you don't understand that. So, Ms. Pugh, it's my understanding, I'm not going to allow you to represent yourself because you don't understand the law and the process. So we're on question number 4 out of 15 that I'm supposed to ask you. So Mr. Jeffries is going to stay on your case. I don't care what you want at this point. You can't do it. All right, you can go back with the bailiff. I'm done. Go back with the bailiff. Go back with the bailiff. Welcome to the criminal appointment list.
Yeah, fun, James.
This was not meant to be any kind of punishment, I promise. So Mr. Jeffries, just get ready like you would. Probably it's going to go straight onto a jury, and we'll just get it figured out that way. All right.
I gotta say, this judge was a solid 10 out of 10. Let me know if I'm wrong, but I really think she did everything she possibly could to give this girl a fair shot before finally hitting the eject button. Her patience? Impressive. I would have lost it in the first 10 minutes, but she held it together the whole time. That said, it's honestly kind of sad to watch. You could tell the judge was really trying to be respectful, asking questions, giving chances, but we all knew where this was going. Straight off the rails. Also, my deepest condolences to anyone who lost brain cells watching this. Seriously. Sovereign citizens have a special talent for turning a courtroom into a circus, and while it's painful, it's also way too entertaining to look away. Watching her scramble for answers was like seeing someone try to moonwalk out of a conversation with no rhythm. Brutal. But hey, let me know in the comments what you thought about this one. Did the judge handle it right? Or would you have booted her sooner? If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like and subscribe. I'm posting every single day, and we've got more wild courtroom chaos on the way. Appreciate you all for watching. Take care, and I'll catch you in the next one.